all the best for Tandil.
Thank you.
Thanks to you, I learnt a new word.
Tandil.
Yeah, it's like I don't think anybody.
Who?
He.
When did I say
When?
that?
You said that recently.
I did. It's not only me. A lot of people say that.
I don't know.
It's
if,
a compliment.
No,
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing. I'm
Okay.
saying it in a nice way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think.
No,
No.
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'll tell you where that came from. I think there was this one instance where she called me up one day and she wanted to talk to me about a scene that she was not in, about my scene, and she just wanted to ask me how I was going to play it and just get a sense of that. So from there I started teasing her that, but since we already worked on a film love story together, we have that. I think we just have that ease. We get into a conversational banter here and there on what's happening and if you think the film is coming out well or not well. So I just tease her that way, more of that sense.
But I think it's because I know my character quite well, and sometimes you think, no, if she would do this, she wouldn't do that. So that time, I think they end up thinking, oh, okay, she is speaking like a director. No, I'm just speaking as a character, that's all.
Right, but now you're working on this different dimension of a film. So, but is it truly?
I would say during Love Story, that sense was still there.
When I did Love Story, all I can do is, I told you, everything goes blurry. I do the scene and I first look for Shekhar Garu's expression, whether he's okay or not, yes or no.
Yeah.
I immediately look at him, whether he's call cut, and I'll immediately look at his face because I'll see whether it's worked or not. And for our film, and even before when we were rehearsing and all of that, maybe it's because I'm used to him. I never had that thing that we were acting together. It's Chaitanya, nothing. It just felt like an extension of your body, that's all.
Right.
So it didn't feel like we were, it was Chaitanya. It just felt like I'm with another clay that I was molding, and I assume that even he felt that way. He was molding me to how it worked, that's all.
So you can go back to the director, how she is the director for everyone.
No, good way. Like we both are able to complement each other.
Yeah. So
Less resistance, and he is very plain and he is very pure. You put a thought in him, he lets it grow and he sees how it works organically in him, and it helps the actor. For me, sometimes when I say, can we do this, can we do that, it's not a first yes or a no. He tries it out and then I see that he lets it grow. So it's a nice thing. There's no resistance immediately.
That's nice.
It's probably-
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I keep saying this in many interviews and at every opportunity I get. The kind of energy she gives me on screen, and especially even the previous film and this film, both are love stories. Where I sort of really expect that energy from my co-actors to bring about that chemistry or that vibrancy on screen. And with Pallavi, she's so clear about the character. There's no confusion in her head when she's playing the character. So that consistency is there. So as the film is growing and as the shooting is progressing,
all that kind of stuff is happening.
Okay, what I'm going to say is going to sound very funny. Maybe I always wanted a national award because when I was around 21 years old, my granny gave me a sari. And she said, wear this for your wedding. And that time she was very sick. She underwent a surgery. So that time I thought marriage was next in cards. That time I hadn't done my first film yet. And as I was nearing 23, 24, I did Premam. Then I thought, okay, someday I'll win some big award. That time National Award was the big award. I said, when I win that award, I'll wear the sari. So for me, National Award is directly connected to the sari thing. So whether I hope for it or the pressure is there, is just only until I wear that sari, maybe. Honestly, the characters that I do and the appreciation, if people are able to feel the pain, empathy, if they're able to feel everything that the character on screen is able to feel, I think that is my job, and that's enough. That itself is a huge appreciation. Yes, and whatever comes after that is just a bonus where you feel good about it. But I don't know whether this is bigger or that is bigger. I feel I value this a little more than that.
Did you ask him?
come on, you can't put that on me. She should be asking Chandu, the same director of Premam and Tandil. She should be asking him.
No, I wouldn't ask him that because he'll be very upset. He'll say, I asked you, you said you won't do a remake. No, and I told him, I said, it's very scary because even if, say, Malphones and I and Niven had to redo this, I don't know if we can create the same moments again, because it just happened, we just captured it. So it was hard for us to do it. So I said, it's too much pressure for you to expect me to do the same thing that I did again, and I don't want to lose the charm that once existed. So I was very clear and I said that. He said, okay, fair.
But
No.
and that story is there, right?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
and he couldn't reach her. I don't know how to you.
Yeah.
And is there some?
I don't know. I know that I was meant to do films because I see it influencing my personal life and my thoughts also a lot. It doesn't just stop with movies. It's just not that I go for work and I come back. It has a huge role in my psyche. So in that way, I think that I was meant to be here and go through this process, feel every bit of what it is to do, what it is to be in front of camera and off camera. So those are moments and emotions and things that you can never define. Or even if some actor came and told you when you were a nobody, when you're not in front of limelight, came and explained this, I would just like diss them and be like, what are you even saying? So now I'm able to see life in a very different way, and that's interesting.
Nice. It sounds like whatever.
Yeah, my name is Raju. They call me Tandel Raju.
Because
Yeah,
the
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But it was a different context. That Tandalkaran. So I had only heard that word, so I asked them if it was the same. They said it's pretty much the same.
It's like just, you know, roles with a lot of pain. Why is that?
He's happy with this question.
Because even I'm curious, I want to know. It's actually, when I think about it, a lot of the characters she's done are so deep.
You know, even I'm like, what? You just sing Rowdy Baby, next scene you're dead.
No, but for those films, it's more like in a commercial space whether you have
I know,
room
but I'm kidding.
and
But I'm generally speaking,
you got to die to make a mark over there. I actually don't know. Maybe I haven't given it a lot of thought, but maybe I understand the language better. I'm able to understand what they go through, and I don't look at the script as a script and a character that's fictitious. I look at it as real life, and I try to empathize. And if I'm able to get that right, I go ahead and do it. It makes it very clear. I feel like that makes me and the character become one, and I'm able to go full out. But sometimes when I've read, say, comedy scripts which had a lot more humor, they're not the humor that I understand or can do. It's more like the slapstick, the comedy that's on your face. And I don't know if I've not done that, so I don't know. I think it takes a leap of faith where you trust the director and you know that it's going to land. Otherwise, it's just going to be a series of jokes that don't land. And no, I'm able to, I don't put a lot of pressure on the director when it comes to performing these, because I completely understand. I understand I am the character after a while. Do you want me to cut it short? Am I taking too much time?
I'm saying like longer. We don't have much time here, so
See, that's
we need
why.
to talk about that.
Okay, we'll come back to this question maybe later.
Yeah. Do you think these two combined to say?
I don't think so, but, I feel that there are a lot of roles existing that way, but maybe you're able to feel it that much when I perform because I actually feel the pain. And sometimes it's traumatizing, but sometimes I just go back to that pain. I don't know why. There's some joy in experiencing. I'm not saying experiencing their pain. There's some joy or some sort of liberation that I feel when I'm letting that pain out of me. So I wouldn't say that I'm the choice. Maybe there are many films which have such characters, but maybe you're able to see me or the characters that I with a lot more pain and heaviness because I feel it. I actually feel it in my system. Like physiologically, I feel it. So that is why maybe. It does. It feels that way. I think the first experience that I had that way was, it's different with Mari and all that, but physiologically I could feel for Pavakadegal. And post that it just became some sort of an addiction where you look for characters which make you feel everything in your system.
Oh my God,
so.
this is what it is.
But I am a very happy child. I like watching, say, Julia Roberts films, and I like doing all those. But sometimes my way of looking at comedy and, say, lighter films are very different. I don't know whether they exist or maybe they don't come to me. The film, from the lot that I get, I try to choose what I'm able to connect with. That is all.
Now, which is again about a woman, in a sense, separated from this. What's
Not just saying that you got to watch the film, but
No,
the
I will
reasons.
watch the film.
Be kind. I know you have. Thank you for that. But in this, it's different. They've always, like how it's with army when they are away. I think there I played a real life woman. Here I am, but then we've taken a lot of liberty to show their love and how their relationship, few things that they do to make their life livable in his absence, something like that. Few things, and the time that he's lost in sea and he's gone, I don't feel that bad.
You don't feel that bad as
I
in?
don't feel that bad. You can see it on my face. Said you got to watch the film, and I'm so scared. I don't know if I said
This is
something
very
that I
intriguing.
shouldn't.
Yeah, I know.
No, he's scared now. He's looking for the producer. Got it. She's saying more than she should.
Yeah.
And for you, it's been 10 years since Premam. So that's like some.
Go first.
No, enlightening. I would say enlightening. They do. Characters, people you work with, people around you, and how the world perceives you, and how you look at the world. And a lot of things change. How you're just nothing. Actually, after getting here, you just realize maybe sometime the bigger interview, that time we might have more. So you just enlightened. A lot of things seem to feel very, I can't say ordinary, but you know that the amount of glam that it looks in the outside, it's not that way. It's as simple, all simple, just doing art. Art exists. We're just there passing by and then we're gone. So shouldn't take a lot of pressure. I'm just saying it, but then I take a lot of pressure. He knows that he's going to laugh if I say no. I go crazy. But I think that's something that I've seen and realized, but I've got to put it in practice. So that's why I said enlightening, and I've got to practice that.
I would say it's been...
No. I think I'm never happy until it releases. Once it releases, if I see that the needed emotion is being conveyed, then I'm okay.
Right.
I won't sit and grade myself, because for acting you don't have a scale, no?
Yeah.
So it's only how people perceive you. If you're able to get the notes right, then I think you've done the job. But then again, the next film, until the release, you're just crazy, thinking, oh, why did I do what I did? And you hope for a reshoot.
That's what you.
What, like, why?
If we are in the mood right now, if we are in that mood right now.
As in what?
I am.
Like,
As in, like she's saying.
no, I'm not in that extreme. Yeah, I'm a little more, because it's like I've given it my all, and we've finished shooting. It's on the edit. It's getting locked. The mixing is going on. So
He's actually very cool.
the job is done. We have to just wait and watch.
Nothing to do.
Yeah, nothing to do apart from promote and wait and see how the audience likes it.
Yeah.
Previously, I used to feel that script is very important and then the director will do it. Now I've become more like, along with the script, the director and his vision is very important. Otherwise, it's different. So I think the number of things that I look at to sign, it differs over time. You don't say that.
No, it's like
It is a legendary.
Yeah, it's seriously that. It's
Oh
it's
my
like it's a
God.
list of some major blockbusters of the past few years. You heard the list, right?
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
telling
yeah.
it now. So that's kind of,
No, I'm sure they're great films. They've done really well. But
they were not
sometimes,
your,
sometimes if you don't connect, you shouldn't take another person's opportunity. Someone else might have performed better. Just because I'm not in sync and I don't give my 100% doesn't mean I should just take it because it's mine. I've not gone behind something that I didn't feel was mine, but lately it's starting to become very thin, where I feel a lot of things like script, the director's vision, what kind of a film they want it to be. All that plays in your mind, because at the end of the day, the director is the one who makes you and your film. What you sell as a person is just in the interviews and how people see you outside. Other than that, I think people are here to only watch your movies. And if the film does well, it's because of the director's vision and how he's done it. Completely dependent on the director and his vision. And so from script to the director to everything, now it's a lot of learning. I don't know. Am I smiling?
Yeah, because it was almost like, okay, listen, I gave you the right answer. I don't know why I thought it was a little.
Oh my
odd that you were
God! No,
smiling back.
I don't know. I don't know what I did. I just
No,
smiled.
I'm just this thing. So, and already things.
No,
So
I'm
it's
sure,
like,
I'm
but like
I know,
the
I know.
skies.
Yeah,
You, it's a It's almost because they're gods, right? You're human. You can't say flaws or whatever.
Correct, yeah.
You connect with them at some level.
I didn't think about it much because I had a very selfish reason to say yes. Every character I've done, they leave they imprint, they leave a part of them in me. If you, from the previous conversations or the times that we've spoken, I've always searched for something.
Yeah.
Say there's something else that's there and meaning for why a few things are the way they are. So I'm thinking, okay, when I play the character, I'll have maybe a little more answer. Playing such a pious and say playing a goddess you should be able to feel something by the end of the process. So I'm trying to see if I can figure that out.
Nice. This thing happened, right? He could just say anything and it could become a controversy. But because social media erupts and then they find a new thing to think. And
whether I like it or not, I just hate hurting people. And I wouldn't call it a people-pleasing tactic. It's just that you just don't want to hurt people, even if it's unknowing or unintentional. And so I wanted to clarify, saying this is what I had meant and it was in a different language. That was important because if people had felt bad based on what they had heard or what it had turned out to be or interpreted misinterpreted over time, I wouldn't want them to think that this is what people had spoken about what they had gone through in life. I wanted to give a clarification for what I even spoke at that point of time. So I think it is important that as a human being, it's just not that you're an actor, you can say stuff. I wanted to say that this is what I meant, things are taken out of hand, and this is how I'm going to react. So what I said came from a place of love and non-violent intentions. So that is all I'm going to say. That was important that I got across instead of a lot more things that it was supposed to be. Yeah.
Because it keeps looping, that becomes the headline and someone else picks up that headline and makes it theirs and it just goes on. It's a vicious cycle.
And I'm sorry to cut you off, but there was a conversation we had during the filming of the film of Tandil, and he said it because I was affected few days before Amaran. It again came up. So I was just same issue, which had already died down 2 years ago. They somehow took few clips again and recirculated it. So I was wondering how this could even happen again. I thought it was done. And then he said, no, there are a few things that you need to know. It's just not an organic thing. It's been done by somebody. And I don't think you should even get into something like this. You love arts. You should just have to immerse yourself in it and let this stay. So that was very good advice. And after that, you're able to clearly see that it's not the same audience because everybody turned up for the theatres. They came and watched the film. It's what it is right now because of them coming and liking the film for what it is and not what I was fearing. And so that gave me a lot of strength in what he said. So.
Yeah. So
I'd love to do it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
So I kept asking director Rajkumar when we had that ramp walk thing. I asked him, should I be like a back dancer somewhere? Should I do something bad? Should I be a bad dancer? He said, no. Indu had actually done this. Let's stick to this. Let's not move away. Because I was actually dying thinking that there was one opportunity for us to be not like the actress where you put the spotlight. She's good at dancing. She somehow is talented where, this main lead has everything that's perfect in her. What if she had a flaw? And I thought we could experiment over there, but he said, not here.
Thank you for bringing it up.
Yeah. Because I just had to see that because you did well.
Yeah,
and like she's been dancing all her life.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
At least as long as we've been seeing her on screen.
Yeah. For me, the shocker was during Love Story, in fact, when Shekhar sir told me I'm a Zumba instructor and then, there's this sequence with her. So that was a shocker. That happened, that journey happened and, I did gather some confidence after that. So coming to the Shivratri song, Pallavi has always been very patient with me, when it comes to the dance. And she's so nice that she breaks down the steps to me and say, don't tell the dance master I'm telling you all this, but this is how you do it. So she'll give me
now the dance master knows.
So she'll give me all these hacks, behind the camera. So that way, she's an amazing sport doing it. And jokes apart, it has pushed me sort of work on dancing and it has given me that confidence. I would say dancing with her, it has given me that confidence to take on these songs that demand heavy choreography. So yeah.
Nice. given the
No.
not at all.
No.
The way you wanted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have read a lot.
It's like or especially thinkers like Chitu Krishnamurti, right?
Yeah.
Something that
Something about memory, where he says that memory is the biggest disease that a person has. Once you have a memory of something nice, you always try to recreate, you try to run towards that, but a child doesn't. It forgets or it doesn't remember. So everything that it gets has a very fresh feeling towards it, where it enjoys it or it suffers that minute. It doesn't keep it in its memory. So I like that phrase, that's the first thing that came to my mind right now.
That's
Yeah.
in acting, this
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah, she is. In fact, I pick up a lot of these. She doesn't quote things as such to me, but in a lot of her conversations, there is a depth and there is a layering of this, which
No,
is
but I don't know
inspiring.
why. I just feel sometimes I only speak that way. But people whom I interact with, they live it's like it's a given. This is how it is, no? Isn't it not that way? So I feel like I got to read, I got to do all this and feel like, okay, I've picked something up, I've got to put it in practice. But a lot of people think it's second nature. Isn't this how you look at life? Isn't this what you do? And then I think, hey.
no, but I think, it's practice gratitude, something like some very basic stuff, right?
Yeah.
But in terms
Yeah.
of
But also a lot of the times, since you said these self-help books, when you read them, it sounds simple, but it's actually, are we implementing, exercising it? That's something that I question many of the times when I read something thought-provoking like this. Thank you.
really look forward to this because now talking to you both, I think it's
I hope you like
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah, do
Thank you.
watch it. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.